I'm Real Genetic Demon, and this is What's on a Tape, Season 14, Volume 10. Yes, it's the end of the season, and I usually like to finish nowadays with a compilation, and this is a compilation that was sent to me by my friend Daryl, and he sent me this lovely compilation at the beginning of the season, all 10 weeks ago, if you remember. So this is Conflict Command. It's a beautiful collection of games. It's Green Beret, Army Moves, Great Escape, and Psycho Soldier. A nice collection of sort of really good ones. I assume they're all Bob Wakeland covers as well. I would assume so. They definitely look like they are. I think they definitely are. But anyway, so we've got this one to do, and I've just got to flip it over and show you a couple of things because it just looks so nice. Psycho Soldier, funnily enough, I looked this up. This is a follow-up to the Athena game, which is a sort of platforming game. I don't think it's particularly good on the Spectrum, but it is a follow-up to that. Army Moves isn't an arcade game as far as I'm aware. This one also isn't. The Great Escape. It's obviously based on the escape from I want to say Colditz, but I don't think it is Colditz. Is it Colditz? Somebody will put it in the comments below. But it's Escape from Somewhere, basically. Great Escape. It said, didn't have that, it was that American guy who was in it. Oh, jumped a fence and a motorbike. Anyway, somebody will put it in the comments. And Green Beret, which is also an arcade conversion. So there's two arcade conversions, two completely new things. Green Beret is Rush and Attack, which is unfortunately extremely apt at the moment. But yeah, that's what that one is. But I wanted to show you this because this one actually came with the inlay, so it had the plastic inlay to keep the tape safe, which is really nice, and obviously the entire instruction manual, which is really cool as well. Without messing around much further, we'll get this in a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so we're good to go, and I've got coffee as well, which is more important. Anyway, down to basic and load it. This should be Psycho Soldier first. That's what's on this side first. We've got Psycho Soldier. Now, as I said, I looked this one up. It's really bizarre. It's basically the same character, Athena, from a previous game. It's an SNK game, actually, of all things. And Athena has been blasted through space and time into an alternate reality that is covered with demons. Now, if you actually play the arcade version, or look up the arcade version, it's very Japanese. And by very Japanese, what I mean by that is that the main protagonist, our character Athena, has sort of dropped her sort of warrior-esque thing, and is now a sort of Japanese schoolgirl. It's a bit of a bizarre thing. I know that she was previously probably a semi-clad warrior in Athena. Now she's a Japanese schoolgirl. It's just very, as I say, quite. It's very Japanese. It's very SNK as well. Also, so the funny thing is, I was just looking at this before I started this, loading this whole thing. The only bit in the whole thing that's printed in any other colour in the manual is a part that goes, "Attention, Spectrum 102AK owners, make sure that you load Green Beret and Psycho Soldier in 48K mode." So the other two are actually 128, so that's going to be quite nice. We might actually get some music on those ones. But yeah, these two on this side are to only be loaded in 128K. Oh, look, lovely. Some flashing, some different colours on the edge of the screen. I like about that. Brace myself though, because it's going on for a bit. Please load. Doesn't crash, does it? Do you think it's crashed? No, it doesn't. Oh, God, for that. That was such a long time there. That was a pause and a half, wasn't it? When it was doing that weird thing. There we go. Coffee's good. So this is probably going to be quite a short episode for What's on the Tape, maybe 40-50 minutes max. Simply because we've got only the 4 games to play on this particular one. Next time round, I've got so many lovely ones from friend of the channel Daryl and my friend as well. That we'll have a little look at those next time round. Some of these things that are there. Oh, look at that! It's all monochrome though. It's funny because the arcade version is all like fully coloured. I'm not surprised, but it is monochrome. Anyway, but he sent so many lovely compilations. We've got plenty for next time round. That's not a problem at all. I've got a cheeky bid on something on eBay at the moment as well, so everybody stay away. If you're watching this on Sunday, stay away from that cheeky bid I've got on one on eBay. I might get it for £5 if I'm lucky. But yeah, I've got a cheeky bid on a whole load of other tapes. I've got loads actually. I keep moaning, but it's because more case that I have to go through the C15s, and I quite like doing the C60s and C90s. And I have to admit though, C120. Whoa, that was long last week, wasn't it? That was 2.5 hours long of pure pleasure, for anybody who actually watched it. I mean, to be fair, it was a good episode and a good choice of tape for Sir Clive's release of the ZX Spectrum in 1982, the 23rd of April 1982. 40 years old. I believe there's a 40th birthday this week as well. It's like a special party being held somewhere. I'm not sure the details of it. I never got invited. That's because I was down at Dow Egbert's getting my sponsorship sorted, and Netflix were on the phone as well, of course, and Amazon Prime for the show, of course. I do apologise that we're going to have to go to subscription service with these things. It's a bidding war at the moment. We're at 1.2 billion. It's close though. I'm neither here nor there about it. I mean, I know that obviously Netflix may be crumbling after all its subscriber losses, but I mean, there's always Amazon if I have to. But that's kind of like the evil empire, isn't it? Realistically, so it's kind of the rebels versus the empire, who I feel a bit sorry for, to be honest with you, because I think they got a bad rep, you know what I mean? I mean, there was all that murdering and things like that they did, but they're always that bad, are they? Anyway, so weird. Conversations I have with myself. Right, okay, keys. Up, down, right, left. I hate when they do that. It's always left, right, normally. Up, down, right, and left. Space, and then bombs. We're going to make that one Z. 0 to start the game. Right, here I go. Yeah, so these actually are pretty much the graphics of the game. That's so weird. Look at that. They're kind of zoomed out, aren't they? So this is us in our. I notice we're not really wearing. Well, I say schoolgirl outfit. It looks like we're wearing our bikini today. As you do. It reminds me of there's a very, very good game, and I don't know who it's by, called Sun Sun. And Sun Sun is a very, very, very good game that kind of forces you to scroll along like this has with me here. It's kind of forcing me to scroll along, and my energy's dead. And here I go, rebeaming with my character. Oh. Yeah, so Sun Sun has always been it's quite a good game. It follows the story of Monkey, which in the UK we got as the TV series, which is really. I mean, to be fair, I think we all loved that one as a kid. I certainly did. Anyway, I love Monkey. That was a great sort of thing. But that's a sort of classic sort of is it Japanese? I think it's Japanese proverb. And because Monkey is sort of quite an important sort of character in the whole thing. In sort of, is it mythos or whatever else it is? Oh, you can shoot through it. Do you know I haven't tried the bomb yet? There's a bomb. Oh, there's a bomb. Not really tried them. Ah, that's the things that are floating around me, are the bombs. Right, okay, not even realised. So, but yeah, quite good mythos thing, and Sun Sun is kind of the journey is it journey to the east or the west? I think it's journey to the east of the Monkey takes. So it's kind of the same thing, but it's a really, really, really simplistic arcade game, but at the same time, it's very, very, very well done. It's a good game. It's well worth playing if you can find it. It's on my channel actually, Sun Sun. If you look it up, you'll find it on the channel. I think it was on the Nintendo Entertainment System as well. I think that they got this thing as well. So yeah, I forgot you can shoot through walls. And the reason I didn't remember is that it's in the arcade game. If that makes sense, the arcade version has that thing. I'm glad that there seems to be some leeway, by the way, when you drop between levels on the various things. Do you know what? It's not bad. It's just bland. That makes sense. There's apparently 30 screens to pass through. I'm assuming if I get to the end of this, I get to have a chance at the next boss. She seems to shoot lasers out of her eyes, though. Yeah, lasers out of her eyes. I think it's easier than the original Athena, though, on the Spectrum. I think that was pretty tough as a game. I think we really struggled with Athena on the Spectrum back then. Yeah, I actually don't mind it. It's I've never played it before, and it's never appeared on What's on the Tape, which is always a telling sign, by the way. I think What's on the Tape is kind of the barometer. There's a good word, barometer, testing the pressure of games, if that makes sense. Oh God, what the hell's that? What's that? Is that a bad thing or is that a good thing? I want to touch it. It doesn't. So it took energy away. It's bad. It's a bad thing. There's more bombs. Thank you. There's even more bombs. Whoa, I've got extra bombs to spare. Yeah, that thing was bad. Whatever it was bad. My energy went down there massively. Let's pop that open. There we go. Blows all that up. That's excellent. More bombs. More bombs, more bombs, more bombs. Shoot these guys. I just seem to be scrolling along. Not doing this, but yes, What's the Tape is a sort of barometer for quality of games, if that makes sense. The ones that people wanted to pirate, which probably means that everything you've seen on What's the Tape is popular in some way. This is going to be bad. I knew he was going to die there. Still got another life though. We're okay. Well, I threw a bomb for no good reason. This is a very long level. Is it just me? Is it very, very long? We just seem to be drifting along here for no particular reason. There we go. Oh, what's that? Oh, I got more energy. So, using... I don't know whether it's using the bombs on those do that. I'm assuming this is the boss now that I'm coming up on. Because everything seems to have slowed down. Or maybe not. Doesn't seem to be any people left. All the walls are the same. Is this the end of the level, maybe? Quite long run, wasn't it? For an arcade game. Oh, yeah, that's the boss. Alright, okay. Oh, got me in a wanna, but I've still got life. Oh, but he literally spawned to kill me. Okay. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. It's a very long level. To be fair, it's nice that you get quite a good run at it, if that makes sense. There doesn't feel very, very responsive in the sense of what you're shooting, but it's nice to get a very long run at something. I think personally, it's maybe me but I think that was quite nice to get a long run at that. I'm hoping, yeah. So basically, the next game on here is Green Beret on this side, but it seems to be past probably a whole load of levels to load. So let's see if we can find this Green Beret. That seems silly to me to do it that way. I suppose they would have had to make the other side longer to do that. Let's see if this is it. Maybe there's only one load for Psycho Soldier. I've seen a copy of it. That Dave Plays Retrogames Badly. Birdsall has a copy of it. It's pretty. It's not uncommon, but it's not around much. It's got a lovely cover though. It's got a fantastic cover. If you saw that earlier when we were doing the conflict there, lovely sort of Bob Wakeling cover. It's about a £20 game nowadays, based on this video when it was made. Do you know? I can't believe people have to do that. There was a thing I was watching. There's certain other YouTubers out there, and they have to. I'm just breaking that, and I'm going to do that again because it'll get upset. Certain YouTubers out there have to actually have to tell people that it was of the time that it was recorded, if that makes sense. And that's ridiculous, really. Got a sneeze there. Little sneeze on. Right, okay. Hopefully, I'm going to break that because I think this. I think. No, it's another one. Right. It's only because if you load it again, because it's got the program bit to begin with, it kind of thinks it's loading something. So it gets a little upset. Another one. Right, okay. Lots of these little bits. How annoying is this, though? I mean, seriously, whoever thought that putting it after the... You'd have thought you'd put Green Beret first, then Psycho Soldier? It would have made more sense, I suppose. But of course, it doesn't make sense on this machine anyway, because you don't have a tape counter, so what's the point? It's ridiculous, really, isn't it? It's just, all we do is spend the time fast-forwarding and re-fast-forwarding and all this kind of stuff, so... Could have done with 2 tapes, maybe. Mind you wouldn't have got a lovely in like that. It's a classic coming up. Gotta admit, Green Beret is one of my absolute favourites on the Spectrum. It's in. I think I have to have. Well, I think we discussed this previously. I've said you can't have a top 10 of Spectrum games. There's no such thing as a top 10 of Spectrum games. It's probably, in fairness, if you really have to do it. And I said it was really hard to pick because I can't really pick. There we go, Green Beret. I think if I had to be honest, I could do a top 50 maybe. I think that would be it. If we do a top 50 of Spectrum games, I think we could do a top 50. Maybe not top 10, top 50. All right. So here's a thought for you while you're watching the video. Put in the video below the ones that pop into your head right now, and we'll discuss it when the season comes back again. But I think we can. I think I could do a top 50. I think because the thing is, what happens with me is I could do it. You could do a top 10, but then you would end up doing some other things. I mean, in your top 10, wouldn't even be top 10. It'd be top 50. But in amongst that would be Green Beret, without a doubt. Would have 3D Death Chase, without a doubt. That would be in there. For me, a game called New Venture because I love that game. I think it's brilliant. Chaos. Rebel Star 2, there's a couple there. We've got Laser Squad, we've got Booty, we've got what else have we got? He says, just looking behind him. Rampage, we've got Jet Set Willy, we've got Manic Miner, we've got Chucky Egg, we've got Saboteur 1 and 2, Turbo Esprit, Checkered Flag, Hungry Horace and the Spiders, probably Horace Goes Skiing. I think that would have to be in there. I mean, there's just so many blooming brilliant names. I'm just reaming off them, just going through those games that are out there. Slap Fight. Even though I'm not a big fan of it, I'd put Head Over Heels in there. The Underworld, Night Law, Jetpack, Attic Attack. I mean, seriously. It's impossible. You can't do a top 10. There is no top 10 of ZX Spectrum games. There is a 50 best. I think that's what it is. All equally brilliant in the sense of what they are. 50 best. Those are the ones that you've got. I mean, there are just some really good games out there that are just a lot of fun. Pyramid, Doomsday Castle. They're just coming to me at this point. And the games that are Trash Man. It appears all the time on What's on the Tape. Trashman is a cracking game, really, really good. Of its time in the sense of the what it's about and the content, but it is just a strange but brilliantly created game. Rockstar Ate My Hamster. Codemasters. Some of the Dizzy games. Yep, definitely some of the Dizzy games, not some of the, maybe not the fast food type ones, those ones kind of like that, but the Dizzy games themselves, they're iconic in their very nature. You could put 5 or 6 of them in easily into your top 50. It is a very, 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 very difficult thing to actually choose that top 50 sort of games as well. I think you'd blow that. I think you'd really struggle to do top 50, but they are games that are worth playing. It's funny because what was I watching or reading the other day? I was reading an article about somebody written about top games and all this kind of stuff. And and somebody was saying that these lists are great to look over, but unfortunately they repeat themselves multiple times. It's nice to get a surprise, something different, something you didn't see previously that you'll pick up and you go, that these are, something iconic in their nature. So yeah, I think there's the beauty of What's on the Tape is I never know what I'm going to get, and sometimes I get some stuff that we've just never seen before, and it turns out to be good. It does. Sometimes turns out to be good. Sometimes rubbish. Sometimes it's mediocre. But quite honestly, you sometimes get those games that are there. I mean, it's funny. Somebody was that was the reporter Graham Mason, and Graham Mason was asked by on I think this now called ZXSpectrumNow.co.uk or .com anyway. He was asked in an interview there what he thinks the worst game was, and it's that squelchy thing or whatever it's called, you know, the little bird thing where it was released and it didn't function. But since then, I think they've fixed it, haven't they? There's a fixed version where it works. It's something to do with the cap shift not being on. You have to have the cap shift on when you load the game, otherwise the game doesn't allow you to move at all. And there's no real way around it. But somebody's actually hacked the code, changed the code, and sorted it, so it actually is now playable. And the thing is, it's like, yeah, you can say it's rubbish. Yeah, it's rubbish because it was broken when it was released. But is it rubbish now that you can play it, or is it just mediocre? You know. So as this quick question, right? Quick sip of coffee before we start on one of the greatest arcade conversions. In fact, like Renegade, Green Beret on the ZX Spectrum. There's a big claim here on the ZX Spectrum is better than any other version of it, including the arcade. It's the same with Renegade. Renegade on Spectrum is better than the arcade by a long way. It's better than all of the 8-bit versions. It's better. Yeah, it's still better than the Master System version, which isn't too bad, but it's not quite as good as the Spectrum version. The Spectrum version nails it. And when it comes to Green Beret, Spectrum absolutely nails this conversion. It's so much better than the arcade. Right, coffee. Still, one of my favourite things about this, and I remember buying this as a kid, from the local market. I don't know why I chose those. Am I happy? No. I want up, down, left, right, stab, and then what will I want for shoot? Z. Yes, I'm happy. I love the way it says stab to start. It's one of my favourite things. So I mean, it shows you with a big M60 and a cut-down M60 machine gun at the beginning in the thing, and then you don't have an M60 throughout the game. I mean, the graphics are stunning. They're better than the arcades version. Oh God, I can't remember how to blooming play. Yeah. So our Green Beret, it's really weird as well. It's a hammer and sickle that he's got. Oh, damn you! I'm so rubbish at this. My problem is I stand still too long. That's what it is. I should run. There's the answer. I love the way they turn into little skeletons when you kill them as well, though. It's one of my favourite little touches of this game. Oh, no. That's it. Get him. Yeah, get on with the flamethrower. I'm rubbish at this game. I have a friend who can finish it, and he's a legend for being able to do so. I'm telling you now, legend for being able to do so. Game over. Stab to start again. Now, so rubbish. Let's try it again. I just remember this title sequence. It's just iconic. You know, when I was a kid and I had this, and it was £7.95, and I got it from the local market, and I wasn't sure what I was getting for it, but I knew I wanted that double case. You know, that double case was the thing for me. I wanted that double case. There's a mine on the floor down there, by the way. And I wanted that double case, and I was like, yes, I'm going to get that. You know, and this is the game I'm going to get. That's it. Get you. There we go. And I spent ages on it. And you know what? Back in the day, I couldn't even finish level 1. And I probably won't finish it today. But I couldn't. It was just beyond me. Level 1 was just beyond me. It's just they keep coming. That's what it is. It's because they keep coming. I can't get past this. There we go. Russians, which can jump in the air, just are horrible. There's the missiles. More firepower. We played the spiritual successor to this recently. I can't remember its name now. But just misses just go on the arcade challenge, and it was really good. Now the van arrives, and these guys all pile out. And if we position ourselves properly, we can leave it till the last second to hit them. And that's it. And then position ourselves, wait for the last second for them to come out. And then just need to stab what's left. I think that's it. Yay, I'm onto the harbour. See, I could barely do that as a kid. Got quite good there. I'll probably do badly here, though, because I'm not that brilliant at this game. Oh, that was lucky. That was pure fluke. Oh, damn you. Those things on the bottom there, they can just go away. Stop doing that. Okay, stop doing that. I like the way it throws you right back to the beginning as well. It's just horrendous. Alright, okay. Here's this guy. Oh, missed bullet. Right. Right, cool. Got him with the missile launcher there. I am rubbish at this. It's just a run. It's just a running shot sort of shoot thing, but I really like it. I think it's really good. The graphics are stunning. You know, obviously there's a lack of music, but the graphics are stunning. It is by far the best version of this game. It really is. I may be biased here by being a Spectrum owner, but I do think it is really, really, really good. Sugar, the guy in on the thing's really tough. Oh, he's got tanks now. Come on, power on. I'll move across here. I'm going to jump up here. I'm going to go across the top. I still love the way they oh god, I've got a new life. It's the first I've ever been on my own game. And you know, I tried to beat this on sort of I think on an episode where I did about this game, because I got a great deal of love for it, as I say. Proper arcade game. Oh shit! I should have jumped. It's because I was standing by the ladder. I didn't want to. Okay. Oh god, that was lucky. Wow, that was really lucky. I think I'm at the submarine now. This is very cool. Uh-oh. Doggy, 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 doggy. I've never seen dogs before. I don't want to stab the dogs. Oh, the dogs get you if they jump in the air. Only if they jump in the air. Oh, no. And I died. That was brilliant. That was really good. I enjoyed that a lot. That's flipping fantastic. I've never seen that before. That's brilliant. I'm so pleased with that. I mean, that kind of made my day. That getting that far. I've never got that far before on it. Right, should be able to do tape loader for these next ones. So this should be, and I can't remember now because I've just put the tape in and not looked at it. I think this is Great Escape now, and then followed by Army Moves. We probably won't be on Great Escape for long. Yeah, but I see Great Escape could fit in that category of great games, you know. It could, in that top 50 of you know, or 50 great games of the Spectrum. Or maybe I should do a video on it, shouldn't I? 50 great games for the Spectrum. It's going to be impossible, that list, though. It really is. And that's a lie, because that's what it was. I thought it was going to be Great Escape. It's not. It's Army Moves. Army Moves, another one that we'll have to fast forward through, because I believe it's got levels as well. But we'll see. We'll see as it runs. This one is from. Was it from I think you can do something cheaty here. I think you can tie both buttons to the same thing. Because it's like a fire up and a fire down. And you can't fire them together, but if you put them on the same button, it does work. I'm sure there's a cheat here for doing this, which kind of improves it. Army moves is I don't know what to, I don't best describe this. Is it like a series of mission-y type thingies? That was descriptive, wasn't it? Mission-y type thingies. I described the entire game as mission-y type thingies. Let's see what it says on here about the game. You're a member of SOC. Special Operations Corps, a crack regiment of specialist commandos picked for the most dangerous missions. Locked in the safety of an enemy headquarters and information that's vital to the turning point of the conflict, depending on its discovery. To get to the headquarters means crossing jungles, deserts, and manipulating many forms of transportation and harnessing varied weapon systems. Only the best will succeed on this deadly venture. So stage 1 is reach the enemy helicopter base with a missile-equipped jeep. All right. Stage 2, 3, and 4 are completed by helicopter. Looking out for armed silos, submarines, and armed outposts. And 4 is on foot. And then 6 is you're in the barracks, and 7 is a final test in the bunker. It's just such a weird game, honestly. It's so weird. It really is. It's a bit like Combat School. That's an interesting one. If you play it in the arcade on Combat School, if you manage to achieve the skills that are required to kind of do the game, if that makes sense, you got to do all of the combat skills, and you get yourself to the point where you've trained and you've done the arm wrestling and the push-ups and the running and all this kind of stuff. You then get to a point where you actually get sent on a mission by the president. You get like a handshake, don't you? And by the president if you win it. But you get sent on a mission by the president to use all your skills, like karate chopping people. It's really weird. That kind of bit on it. It's like a sub game within a game. So that's Combat School. But but the thing about it is, I don't know if that appeared. Did that appear on the Spectrum version? I don't think I ever did well enough on the Spectrum version to do that. It did appear once on What's on the Tape, as far as I remember. It might appear twice, and it was a disaster. I was rubbish at it. I think it crashed as well, if I remember rightly. It crashed, and I ended up sort of stuck in the ground. And as the guy ran past me, my neck was up to the level of the sort of side thing. So you know the dirt itself, the earth. And I got sort of stuck in it, but it was a good guess. It's a good game. It's just very tough. A lot of them were things like hypersports and all that kind of stuff. They were quite. Oh, there's the music. 1 for keyboard. Right, left, up, down. Oh no. There you go, you can do that. W port. H pause. Right. 1 for keyboard. So here we go. Right, left, up, fire, down, fire. Both the same button. R and H for hold, because it's for holding. 3 to play. So now I can fire both at the same time, you silly sod, though. You can't jump like that. But I can fire both missiles and things at the same time. Somebody said you can do that. Which makes it a little bit easier. You can kind of cheat. Look at that. We like cheating. We like cheating on games that are very, very hard. That's still too hard, though, for me. Army moves. Cheated. Oh, sugar, that jump is just naff. You got to get it right. It just doesn't work. Just doesn't want to do it otherwise. I do like the fact that we can cheat, though. You can control the jump in the Jeep, which is really weird. So you have to jump the gaps. And then kind of... You got to press up to jump and then push forward to jump over them. It's really weird. I'm trying very hard here to try and keep this under control. Yep, that's working so far. I tell you what, cheating with the with the buttons on the same fire is an absolute cracking move. Shame I failed the mission there. I'm gonna go have another go though, because we've got the power. We have the power. Let us do this. I don't know how far we have to go along this bit here, but we have the power, and we have the abilities to do this. Just keep firing all the way. That's the answer. It's like anything else, these sort of games. Got to fire all the time. And that's really cheating. I hate that. Shoot him! You've got to hold it down. Okay, I'm just concentrate there. I don't think I've ever seen level 2 of army moves, so kind of excited if I can cheat this enough that I can do it. It would be lovely if this was cheated enough to do it. Oh, sugar! Just touch the edge of that and it bounces and you get thrown off. It's really sugar, just sugar that. Really sugar? Really shitty, basically. That's what I mean. I was being very polite and I really meant shitty. I was kind of getting upset about that. Army moves. What a game. I don't think I got this until it did it appear on Hit Squad? I think it did. I think it's Hit Squad. I think that's where I got it, and even then we were like absolutely. Me and my mates were like, "What?" I'm sure there was a poke that appeared though that really helped out in one of the magazines. That I got an extra life there. I got so many points. I got an extra life. I'm sure there's a poke in one of the magazines that allowed you to allowed you to have infinite lives, but even with infinite lives, we still couldn't finish the bloody thing. It was just too tough. I don't think I've ever seen second level of this. All I know about is the Jeep. So the fact that there's a helicopter in the next level sounds brilliant, but as you can see, you can be really shit at it and do what I just did there. Anyway, I'm going to move on because I've had enough of that already. That's really annoyed me. It's really annoyed me. So I think there's levels for it now. He says. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, levels for it. You would have thought it would have made more sense again to put the ones with the loading levels after the ones that are full loaders, wouldn't you? You would have thought so. It's not a bad little compilation, this one. No, it doesn't come up too often, but often enough. It's not super rare or super uncommon. I don't like using the word rare. Have you noticed I use the word uncommon? I think the word uncommon is the one I use. You know, it didn't sell very well, so there's less copies of it, so it's more uncommon. Because you still would have sold thousands, maybe tens of thousands for all I know. I wonder what the best-selling Spectrum game was of all time, and I'm not talking about the ones that came in the box. Because then you'd be on like things like Checkered Flag and saying Checkered Flag was the best-selling game. It wasn't. It came with the plus 2 as a pack. So as a result, I wouldn't call it the best-selling game. It just came as a pack. It's like Mario, isn't it? Mario came with the Super Nintendo and became the best-selling one. Well, it's not the best-selling one. It's just the one that happened to come with a pack. You know, there's just a lot of things that came with a pack. There we go. Great Escape. It's not Colditz, by the way. It's just it's an island nation according to the instructions. It's a little island which is you've got, and it's your duty of care as a prisoner of war to attempt to escape, which is I think is fair comment. Geneva Convention says that we have to have some exercise so often, so we have to go out and do the exercise with the whole thing. Just broken my magnifying glass. I've just broken it. And by broken it, I mean there's like a little stand that goes into it that allows it to sort of sit upright, and I've just pulled it out and it just fell off. I'll put it back together again. That's probably a good idea. There we go. Did I say microphone? Or magnifying glass? Magnifying glass. Just broke that anyway. So yeah, it's your duty of care as a soldier in 1942 to escape from the Nazi internment camps and get out of the whole thing. So that's what we're attempting to do. It is a very detailed puzzle adventure that of course I'm not going to do any justice to right now. None at all. Denton Designs. What are they also famous for? Denton Designs. Did they do the Transformers game? I think they did. There was a Transformers game they did for Ocean. I've got that somewhere. I just got that recently, actually. Great cover. Optimus Prime on it and everything. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Kind of brings me on to a thing about toys. So you know, in the sense of kids' toys that you had when you were a child. I mean, me. It was all Star Wars figures. That was the thing. That's where I wanted to spend my pocket money, with Star Wars figures. And I hadn't realised back in the day that I was actually playing. You know, when I used to go to sort of a local market, sort of, you know, sort of Saturday and Saturday markets that you have that are you know sort of you know, sort of these sort of cheap ones where everything sort of can be slightly dodgy, you know. But I never got games from them. I never saw games from those. But those sort of markets, they used to sell these things called Micromen, not the Micromen you're thinking of in the sense of the YouTube thing and the BBC thing, which is absolutely awesome. We should all watch that again. But these were Takani. Micromen, and these things from Japan, and if you try and find them nowadays, they go into the hundreds of pounds, and I used to bury them in the garden when I was a kid, because we all did, because they were toys, you know, that's what they were. And I'm not suggesting you shouldn't play with the toys. I got one recently, and I was very lucky to get the one where it was a motorcycle, which I had as a kid, and one of the men, and I managed to get a bargain price on it. I actually offered them something for, and it was in the UK, because the rest of them come from Japan. You actually have to buy these blooming things from Japan. It's the only place you can get them. It was from an anime series that was there, about the similar sort of things, about these cyborg men that were involved. I kind of like those kind of things. They're kind of cool. I think those are kind of cool sort of anime back in the day. But as I say, I did not know, and I used to bury them in the garden. And you know, when you go, I wish I hadn't done that. But you know, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? About what you did. I mean, to be fair, I think I'd still have buried them in the garden and still played with them in that way. I just don't think that I would have you know, been worried about the. Ooh, I don't think I'd have been, you know, I wouldn't have got rid of them, or at least tried to keep them safe. So, but yeah, it was Star Wars figures for me, and I oh, one for keyboard. Do I know the controls? Oh god, is this a set of controls I'm going to have to learn? I'm going to have a look now. Let's have a look at the controls. See if I can find the controls. I actually have a microphone. I actually do have. I mean, it's so sad, isn't it? How old am I now? A bit too old, but you know that I actually have to use a magnifying glass to read the blooming writing on these things. It's just terrible. When did that happen? Well, actually, I know when that happened. About 7 years ago, actually, that I realised I needed glasses because I couldn't see anything. Keys are redefinable. Right, okay. 0. Aha! I want to go left, right, up, down, fire, and fires to pick up items. So that's us. Oh, here we are. Time to wake up. There's all our soldiery friends, and we have to then go out and on parade for them to review us, and we have to sort of stand still and be reviewed. Check we're out of our barracks and that we've had our little bit of whatever it is. I'm not sure what the things are in the bottom corner of the screen there. This is our sort of going through the title sequence, by the way. I'm not moving it at all at the moment. Red Cross parcel. Okay. What's in the bottom corner of that screen there? What does that represent? That's my score, apparently. Then there's news bulletins at the bottom below the bell, the alarm bell, and what objects I'm carrying. So, I don't know what he's doing. He just seems to be wandering around randomly by himself. Can I push a button? Roll call. Now I am moving. Left, right. That way. I've got the keys the wrong way round. Like an idiot, I've got the keys the wrong way round. There I am. I'm in roll call. I'm waiting. I was checking that we're all there. Why is my character just walking around randomly by himself? He seems very keen on doing it. Breakfast time! Right, okay, so now I need to find out. Apparently there's a lot of tunnels under this place. I've never really got into this one, to be honest. There's lots of tunnels. I need to interact. Okay. Is he following me? He is following me. Why is he following me? They're all following me. They've all ran over there now. So we've got the huts here. And there's my bed, I'm guessing. Oh, I'm in trouble here. The red flag's going. Don't know what the red flag means, but green, I assume, is good. Red is bad. Here we go. Red. Little stove there. Oh, green again. And there's the building itself. Oh, in a bad area, I think. Here, the door's locked. There's a guy with his gun up the top of there, so I could easily get shot here. The alarm is ringing. Alarm's not ringing because I've moved out of the way into a non-red area. What's that? I thought there was something to pick up there. There we go. Run along the fence here. There's dogs. That's not good. Don't want dogs eating us. As I say, I'm not really... it's a game that I feel I should like, but I've never actually had a chance to properly practice with or play with. A great escape. I'm in trouble here. I'm going to stand away from wherever I was there on the wall. There's a soldier. I can go in here. That's dining breakfast, I'm guessing. Door's locked. Don't go in there. Set off the alarm all the time. That's the dining hall, I'm guessing. I've got a key. I've got a key. I don't know what the key's for. Oh. Search the stuff here. I don't know whether I've now picked up a key that allows me to walk in somewhere else that I wasn't meant to. Door's locked. Can't get in there. Door is locked. Oh well. Well, don't think I can work out what I'm doing with here, so I'll apologise. I'm not sure what I might be doing. Yeah. Anyway, my guy seems to get on with whatever he's meant to be doing when I stop moving. Kind of doing it himself. Look, he's off on his own little romp around the place. I'm not touching the keyboard now.
The game's playing by itself. How awesome. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time for more What's on the Tape. There'll be other videos in between, but it's my kind of pause while I restock your viewing pleasure, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.